Hey folks, good morning. It's time for days 5, 6, 7, and 8 updates. And actually it's day 9 right now as we sit here. As you can probably tell, we're back in Miami. This is a sad day. We cruised from Barbados all the way up to Miami on the Explorer 2. And over these last couple of days, we were kind of like going into the late evening. So I apologize for not updating you. But some of the things that we did a bridge tour. The bridge tour was so cool. No photos allowed, no cameras allowed, but it was super cool. And one of the really cool things I learned, there's really no rhyme or reason as to which way a ship comes into a port. Because I asked, why do you go bow in sometimes and bow out sometimes? And the gentleman said, well, typically, if we need to get out fast, we're going to turn the ship around, so we're just pointed right out and we can just go. But he said also maintenance issues, depending on which side of the ship we want to work on, we'll just dock it that way so we can work on that side of the ship. So yeah, so port side, starboard side, doesn't really matter. They can dock either way. I thought that was really, really interesting. We had lunch at Sakura. Oh my goodness, lunch at Sakura was absolutely amazing. If you go in there, you got to walk over and watch the chefs cook. Did dinner in the Yacht Club. So the Yacht Club is their Mediterranean-inspired restaurant. They say it's kind of like taking your own yacht around the Mediterranean, and there's menu items inspired from throughout the Mediterranean. That was an amazing dinner. I had a steak that was way too big. Man, it was so delicious. I had dinner in Fil Rouge. That is the French restaurant. So we did both breakfast and dinner in Fil Rouge. Wow. I mean, a lobster thermidor was just ridiculous. I don't know if I've ever had a lobster thermidor, but that was delicious, as was the escargot. Really enjoyed that. We had breakfast out on the balcony. I tell you what, the way they do the in-suite service is so lovely. The way they just set it all up, they bring it out here. It was so relaxing to have breakfast out on the balcony. Really, man, if you guys are on a balcony, just have breakfast, have dinner, just sit out and enjoy your balcony with your significant other or your friends. Enjoy the view and have yourself a breakfast or lunch. So a really cool Enrichment talk about the greatest spy story ever told, and it was all about tea. Stealing tea from China back in the 1800s. It's actually a really cool story. One of the things I really like about these smaller ships, they have Enrichment talks. You never really know what it's going to be. And in this case, it was a woman who actually told multiple spy stories over the course of the cruise. That was super, super cool. We did trivia. It was visual trivia. It was animals. I was pleasantly surprised. We got 16 out of 20 right. We missed the Tasmanian devil. I knew he looked familiar. I just couldn't tell what it was. And then we did the captain's Q&A. Man, I'll tell you, the captain is really awesome on this ship. I saw her up in the Emporium last night, talked to her a little bit. Really amazing crew, just everything about this ship, everything about the hosts on this ship, and everything about the crew on this ship, just been absolutely amazing. And we finally hit the conservatory pool, so that means we hit all 4 pools on the ship. My absolute favorite is still the astern pool. That's the one on the very, very back, the infinity pool. I wish it was deeper. It is a narrow, it's a shallow pool, but the view is just ridiculous looking out there. And then I think my second favorite would be the conservatory pool. Absolutely beautiful. So if you're somebody who really loves pools and you love being pampered and all of that, Explora Journeys is definitely the ship for you. So this is the morning of day 9, and we'll be here in Miami staying in a hotel for a couple days. It just didn't make sense to go up to Orlando because in 2 days we're getting on the Azamar journey, where we will be for 16 nights, and we're going to continue this whole story for 16 nights in the Southern Caribbean. So I hope you enjoyed coming along on Explora. Got a lot more content coming to you specifically about the ship, but there's days 5, 6, 7, 8, and the morning of day 9 out of 30 on our journey. Folks, if we can help you in any way with any of your travels, as land, luxury, cruise, expedition, please reach out. Where'sWalterTravel.com. Have an awesome day, everybody.